Subscribe to Film Companion for your film fix. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
I think I'm revealing more than I should.
Which is why this is Spill the Tea and No Filter Neha.
Work from home is so uncool because, you're not working from home. You're bringing your office into your house where, your child is there and your husband is there. And like literally I'm recording and then, my help would show me the pressure cooker saying, ab main seeti maar lu.
Hey Neha, welcome to Spill the Tea. That's my show on Film Companion.
Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. And this conversation instantly took me back to 5 years ago when I interviewed you for the first season of No Filter Neha. Does this go down as one of the longest relationships of your life?
Oh yeah, you mean No Filter Neha, or you're talking about you and me talking about it?
I've been a part of this journey, I can say, but just
I know. And I'm so happy you're not saying No Filter with Neha. I want to tell everybody it's not No Filter with Neha. It's just No Filter Neha.
Yeah.
Get it right.
You said to me in that conversation that I may not have general awareness, but I have wit. So you won't see me on Arnab Goswami's show, but you'll see me doing a killer opening act for a comedian. I'm very curious to know, Neha, 20 years in the business, would you attribute this wit to be a factor in keeping you so relevant? Because there's a pretty face launched every day in show business.
Firstly, thank you very much. This is like the fifth interview I'm doing today, and I'm, generally having fun with this one, as opposed to others who've said कि क्योंकि आपको काम नहीं मिला इसलिए आपने अपना audio show बना लिया. So, you have that. And then, you have that, it's a lot. Like, try and make an audio show sitting at home. It's a lot of work.
With the toddler in tow.
Yes, your child is 2 years, 7 months. Mine's 22 months. You know exactly what it's like. We both need to get this interview done now because they're probably napping.
That is right.
Yeah, I feel your pain, girl. But, the thing is that if you're talking about the wit, I feel like I've applied that wit by taking the joke on myself. So the ups and downs are not so like, I don't take anything seriously as far as, I don't treat failure with seriousness, and I don't even treat success with seriousness. Of course, I've seen the latter very little as compared to the former, but that's okay. I'm in the business, 20 years in the business, and it's like, who knew, right? When I joined, I'd finished Miss India, and a lot of people, and I want to clarify this, and I want to use your platform to clarify this. A lot of people say, oh, ye to Miss India se aayi hai. We put in a lot of work to like get to Miss India in like 2002. I was, I had no idea what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be. And this is what I was like, let me give this a shot. And then after that, I got a film. I won. I came back from Miss Universe. I got a film offer, and then I was like, okay, let me give it one film. And then let me give it one more film. Okay, I'll be done in 2 years. Okay, 3 years. People will be like, yeah, this is it. You're going to last 3-4 years. And then if you don't make the right choices, I didn't make the right choices, but I'm still here, right? So you live and learn. I mean, at best or at worst, 20 years later, this is what you're going to be. It's not so bad.
Not bad at all. But I want to know from you, 5 years into the show, you've probably interviewed everyone in the business. And what was exciting about season 5? Were the conversations different because people were in lockdown and they were feeling the things they were feeling? Also, was it easier to get your guests on the show because they were in lockdown?
No, actually, no for both, because firstly, conversations were different because, you want to know about lockdown and the world is going through that right in the beginning. You want to also, everybody's facing this for the first time. Then you also have this kind of place where you're coming across as there are many parts to this question. So if you're talking about getting the guests, I did reach out to a lot, and in all fairness, most of them said yes, unless there was a scheduling thing, and they were genuinely busy doing readings and other things, and I had to finish my season, so I couldn't finish it. But they've all been very nice as to saying yes. They've all been very nice to saying yes to record in the afternoon, because I was just like, because I also pushed the envelope a little bit. I was just like, will you do it? And they were like, yes, of course. I was like, will you do it in the afternoon because my baby sleeps then and it's an audio show? They were like, yes, of course. So two check boxes done there. getting them to talk, I feel like the conversations, you're like right now with the way social media is, or the way like everything, it's like an echo chamber, right? One person says something and then the other person says something, and then it gets amplified, and then it gets split into two, and then there are two sides to it. So you're walking on eggshells. But to be fair, I have nothing against journalists. I'm not a journalist. I host a show. It's very different. I'm not here to get headline content. I'm here because I just want to bring out a human side. And for me, my guests are the most precious. So conversations were different. There were things that a lot of people didn't want to talk about, but there were things that people were totally happy talking about. There's research involved. There are friends and family who give us information. So that's the fun part, right? And you also ask them about lockdown, how they've been, what to expect from, in the post-COVID world. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much that. And very important, human side. I always say, like, if there's Kapil Dev and Saurav Ganguly this year, it's not like we're talking to them about cricket. We're talking to them about, like with Kapil Dev, the most important women in his life, like his mom and, his wife and his daughter. Or then with Saurav Ganguly, there were different conversations that were had. Or with Saif or Rana or Bhumi or Kiara or even Aditya. We weren't discussing the craft or the films or their filmography as much as, even with Rana, like how cool his wedding was in the middle of lockdown. So different conversations.
Yeah. I love what you said about your guests being so precious to you and wanting to bring out the most human side, because that's really what I strive to do with my show as well. But in the middle of all of that, when you have a Suchitra Krishnamurthy take to Twitter to talk about how you possibly have a show because of your, I quote, chamchagiri with Karan Johar, what has the toxicity that's just been spewing on social media over the last few months taught you about the fraternity?
I think that, there are trolls who are completely different, and they are, they're faceless. And the reason why they're faceless is because they're aware they're doing something wrong. You can't have your own face and sit on your PC or your Mac in the middle of your room and be like, wherever the Wi-Fi is a lot, you put out like 10 negative tweets and you like, trouble or tease women or their families. And I don't even know what kind of human being you are. And then 2 minutes later, you go out and share a meal with the women in your house. Like, those are trolls. Like, to my head, I'm just like, who are these people? I mean, I know that I've spoken about them so much that there are going to be many memes made on me. So yeah, bring on the creativity. I'm extremely humored by it.
Please keep it creative.
Yeah, but most important, hashtag keep it creative. Hashtag it's her choice. Hashtag 5. All right. Secondly, as far as people who are from the business, and then they take a dig at you, you're like, why is this person doing this? I've only had the utmost amount of respect for my peers or my seniors. She's been in the business so much longer than I have. And, to take a dig, not at me, but at my friendship isn't cool. Like, I don't do it to people. So people don't have any idea as to what my friendship with Karan is. So, why come out and why take a dig at it, and why, use terms like that, which I would not use for myself or for anyone else. Whatever you do, even if, you're going out there, you're doing, you're surviving in the business, wherever you're coming from, it's after like, your first project, it's at your own merit. And it's just, now when I'm answering the question also, I just feel like it's not even necessary. I don't have to justify my friendship with anyone. And the other thing is, nobody should question it either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anyone that has given you a right royal chase to come on the show and you're still chasing hard?
It was Seth, 5 years, man. He made me wait 5 years. And then on the show, he's just like, I only made you wait 5 years because from the set, I just wanted to go back home and be with my family. I get it. And, there are no ups to this lockdown and there's no plus to this lockdown except getting Seth on the show. So he opened season 5. He's like, oh, we should have done this earlier. And I'm like, yeah, maybe next year I'll just do one, like an entire season again from home. But it's not okay. Like, work from home is so uncool because, you're not working from home. You're bringing your office into your house where, your child is there and your husband is there. And like, literally I'm recording and then, my help would show me the pressure cooker saying, ab main seeti maar lu. Or like my husband's like, oh, he'll show me a car key, like he wants to leave. Or he'll be like, I need to exercise. So he'll get his bands and his dumbbells out in the same space. Or then I remember I was shooting for roadies from home, and my daughter, I think she just lost her mind and she just ran into the frame. So, you know, there've been like bizarre incidents like that, and she's obsessed with that mic now. So, because it's very cute, and it's like, you know, got that little sock which you put on top is just something that fascinates her. So yeah.
Babe, I'm sitting on my bed and I'm doing this chat, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You just gotta do what you gotta do. But there have been times when I don't have a table and I'm looked down and there's like one cartoon thing, and then I have to be like, I don't have a pen, so I'm just like, baby ka marker lekar aao, and then all the sketch pens come out and I don't know what to do. So yeah, there've been lots of those moments where you know, you don't know what to do, and you just have to start the conversation because the other person's checked in on Zoom. But I've had an amazing team. They've worked really well. Like everyone at JioSaavn's worked so well, from like even sitting in their houses. Everyone's worked, you know, really well with their cameras off. The tough part is also when you need to have your camera on and pretend like, hey, I woke up like this, and you're like, ugh.
And
exhausted.
pretend like you're wearing pants when you aren't, right?
No, I am. I made that mistake before. I'm not gonna spill the beans on which recording. So yeah, no more taking chances. I got my pants on.
5 years ago in that chat, you told me that the one place that you will draw the filter is when it came to your personal life. And very true to your word, now that you have a baby, we literally only see veiled pictures of Meher on your Instagram. I want to know, I'm a sucker for posting my kids' pictures out on Instagram, so I know the amount of restraint this takes.
Yeah. They're the cutest pictures on your phone, and they're the cutest videos on your phone. And I'm like, oh, how can I not put this out? I'm like she has one of those messy hair, don't care moments. Like, and her hair is like, wow. And I'm like, how can I not put this out? And then some days I'm so tempted. I'm just like, might as well. And now she's become like a bit of a poser. I think she gets that from her dad. And she's kind of like borderline getting obsessed with mirrors. So she'll like get ready and be like, and then suddenly she'll go and plant a kiss on herself, which is extremely dangerous at 22 months. I'm not proud of it. And you ask anyone in my house, he's like, who's obsessed with the mirror? Like, I don't even use a mirror on a film set. Like when they say shot ready, you know, most people are like, dikha do. I never do that. And Angad's like, oh, she gets this from you. He's very conveniently, like everything that she's not supposed to have as a child, oh, she gets this from you. And then everyone's like, oh, she's so athletic and she's got such great hand-eye coordination and oh, yada, yada, yada. Oh, man, I'm so glad she got all this from me. And I look at him and I'm like, are you kidding me?
But does she have a sense now that her parents are very famous?
No, A, we're not very famous. We're kind of like, yeah. But B, no. She does, and she says shooting. So if you ask Papa shooting. So she says that. She says No Filter Neha season 5. She's done that. I put a video out on that.
No Filter Neha season? Yeah!
What else? Does she... yeah, sometimes, because the way we wake up in this house is me first, then Meher, then Angad. So, and he's still asleep when she wakes up, and those 5 minutes when she's waiting for breakfast to be prepped, so she'll run up and down the house. So I'm just like, no, we go and wake up daddy after breakfast. And she's like, oh, Papa's shooting. Like, you know, he must have worked hard. No, he's not. He's just been up watching like different shows. Like, because his sleep cycle is 2 to 10.
Oh man.
I think I'm revealing more than I should.
Which is why this is Spill the Tea and No Filter Neha.
I could have just spilled the tea right now. You should have just told me.
But I'm
Did
very...
I just spill the tea? I have literally spilled the tea on Spill the Tea.
Always. How have you managed to ensure that your kid doesn't get papped? Are you doing something differently? Because it's not like she's locked up at home.
No, you know, sometimes she does. And in fact, they've been very nice to us. We told them that, listen, we're not okay. We're not comfortable. And then, you know, they don't put it out that much. And then we also kind of, I mean, it's good, right? That she doesn't get papped that much. And we're not, I mean, sometimes they get to know because of the car you're in and all of that. There's like this kind of pattern as to how you, could get papped as well. And sometimes, like 2 days ago, I think Angad and me went out for a walk, and that was the one evening that he and I were like taking off after sending her on a play date after ages. And I mean, it was great because there were a lot of paps and we don't have a problem with them at all. But luckily we didn't have her. So, it's just been a situation where we've been able to work around it.
Nice, nice.
It's a formula. We'll tell you. Yeah.
It's very interesting. And I also want to understand just the influencer life. I love how organically the you as a couple have managed to just, you can literally sell anything and convince us. So are you guys enjoying this influencer space?
Can you say that again so I get more like influencer work? Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so basically you're saying that we can sell anything and convince you guys. Okay, brands, you heard that. I didn't pay her. Now call my manager. Listen, it's very important. It's important, and more often than not, they're products you believe in. But believe it or not, we say no to a few things as well that we don't believe in. So yeah, in like the whole parenting space, there's so much that one does. But knock on wood, you gotta like, this is it, right? You do like your work here on this phone. You do your influencer work on the phone. You record your shows on the phone, and this is like the new this is your new studio or set. You just have to do everything here. So make sure that you do it right with complete seriousness, and that's why I have so much conviction in saying that. Go buy this.
And finally, before I let you go, I remember you telling me then that having No Filter had cost you some roles and some assignments along the way. I just want to know from you, 20 years in show business, what's been your biggest sacrifice to be Neha Dhupia?
In my initial years, using my mind. I don't know if I've said enough or said too little, but you're smart enough. You'll understand.
Oh man, it's always such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for keeping it real.
Likewise. Thank you, and look after your baby and all my love. And it's great. You're the only one who understands. You're going to wake up and we're going to get that snack ready.
You understood. So thank you for doing this at 2:30 p.m. when the rest of the world is
Thank you.
Thank you, Neha, and all the best with the rest of the
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.